Oh, welcome back you lovely bunch, thanks for tuning again, I hope you're all doing good. As you guys saw in the last video, I built up a new bike, took it for a ride. It's got the new wheel top electronic group set on it. The group set performed flawlessly. I have run into a little bit of an issue, and in today's video I have a bit of an extreme fix for that issue. So I'm pretty sure this is user error, however it doesn't stop me being disappointed. Look, so this is pretty much a brand new tyre. Can you see what's happened here? Can you see that? A very weird lump there. So as you can see, my tyre seems to have had a little bit of a fit, and what's happened is it seems to have split underneath, and somehow tubing sealant seems to be coming out through the tyre but yet sitting on the top of the tyre, so there's like this gap between, so I now have this very weird tyre pimple. I've never had a tyre pimple before. Obviously I tried to squeeze it, so I stuck a needle in it, and what happened? A load of sealant went everywhere, obviously. So these brand new Goodyear Eagle F1 Super Sport R race tyres have been used for about 100 miles. And now after my last ride, completely destroyed. And like I say, I'm pretty sure this is user error. I took these on some hard packed gravel. There's a lot of like big stones in it. These are lightweight racing tyres, and what I think has happened is because of the tyre pressure and the stones, somehow like they've had a bit of a hernia basically, and this is what's happened. So I need to put a new set of tyres on. So let me explain how I'm going to fix this problem. My plan is, let me reach over here. What I have here is, I've got a brand new set of wheels. So yes, I got a puncture in my tyre. The tyre failed. So rather than just switch a tyre on it, I've got a whole new set of wheels and a different set of tyres to put on. I know, a little bit of an extreme solution to a very tiny and annoying and kind of expensive problem. These tyres are about £75 each. So Super Team asked me if I wanted to try out a set of wheels. I've got a new set of tyres to put on. I thought it would be really cool to build this bike up with some cheaper Chinese parts. These Hyper wheels are the more expensive ones from Hyper. I'd not heard of Super Team before, went on the website, had a little check out of their stuff, and I decided on the S All Carbon Ultra D28 to 50. A very long name, right? But basically, this wheel set is $991. So UK price, about £771. And so for the people that are going to moan at me saying this isn't a cheap wheel set, again, comparatively, £771 for a full carbon wheel set with ceramic bearings and carbon spokes, I would say, is a very good price. So, do you want to see them? I mean, honestly, I already opened this box and I was very surprised by what I found, you know. So, check this out. These are the Carbon Ultras by Super Team, and as you can see, a standout feature is this wavy rim. So, obviously, it changes in depth. I think I have the 50mm version, so obviously it changes, so you've got like a lower spot and a higher spot. This helps for your aero-ness, but also they have these shark fins around the edge. Can you see these? So these are like little indents, and they remind me a little bit of the old Zip wheels. Zip put like little dimples in all the way around, and I think Hambini did do a video saying that all those dimples were completely useless and didn't do anything for an aero gain at all, but they look kind of cool, and I don't really care if they do any aero things. So, like, smoother surfaces are worse for aero-ness. So, these bumps and ridges help the air flow faster, everything goes faster, makes the wheels a faster set. I mean, these are an incredibly light wheel set, so they come in at around 1,300 grams for the pair. Another standout feature is, look, check out the size of these spokes. Can you see the size of them? So these are 5.2mm spokes. That is the widest spoke on any wheel set. And I'm not talking about spokes that are bonded to the hub, but these spokes are just normal slot-in spokes, as you can see. These are the centre lock disc version, but look at this. Don't they look lovely? And ready? Sound test. Oh. 21mm internal rim width. These are available in disc brake or rim brakes. So I'm assuming quick release or through axle. I have the through axle version, obviously, because I'm going to be running discs on it. So they have ceramic bearings, massive oversized carbon spokes, funky design. We've got aero-fin dimples, and then we've got waviness of the spoke. There's a lot going on these wheels, but I think they look, the spokes, it's just the spokes, make them look awesome. I would say that's very reasonably priced. I did recently see on Joe from China Cycling's channel, he's looking around the Chinese cycle shows, And this company do have a sister company, I can't remember its name, and they've got some very bling, like all gold versions of these with like carbon spokes and things. And so whilst I've never heard of Super Team, clearly they're a company that has been around for a while. They've got a few different wheel sets out, they've got a few different like companies, and they're not just making cheap like knockoffy type carbon wheels. I mean, look, the card that I just pulled out the wheel has all the inspection things ticked. So every wheel is checked for, apparently, axial and radial skid. It's okay, see, tick. Hub centering, all good. Spoke tension, all good. Axle smoothness and aesthetic control. I mean, they don't have to throw this in, but throwing it in just means that they're taking a little bit more care when building the wheels. So I know a very, very extreme upgrade for an issue with a tyre to put a whole new set of wheels on, but I mean, how could I not be testing these out? What do you guys reckon? Do you think these spokes are just a gimmick? Do you think they're going to make them incredibly stiff? I already have a very stiff aluminium frame with an oversized like seat post. It's not the most forgiving, but I did find a set of Goodyear Vectors that are on there. They're like more of a winter all-round tyre, so they should be a bit thicker. And I've also ordered a set of 30mm WTB tyres for these. So whilst they're not going to be the fastest, most race-focused tyre, they're a really good all-rounder. I know they're good like on-road, off-road. Yes, there'll be a weight penalty. They come in a tan wool, which will look awesome on these wheels and with this build. Because I tend to use my bike on all sorts of terrain, the roads in Devon are not the best. I think running a 30mm tyre would be good. So for now, we're going to chuck on the 30mm Goodyear Vectors until my new WTB tyres turn up. I think what I should do is I should get my pimple tyre off. We should get a cassette on here, put the discs on, set the tyres up, which I have a very cool little device for. Look, do you want to see it? So look, to set my tyres up, I've got something this. This is like a little mobile compressor. And so you get your like thing, you pop it all in, you pop it on your tyre, and we're going to see if this can seat a tubeless tyre. I'm going to stop waffling. We're going to whack some tyres on these wheels. Obviously they're all set up tubeless. Let's get these set up and on the bike and see what they look like. There we go, with the Super Team wheels all set up, and oh my god, do they not look lovely? I think they do. I love the wide spokes. Did I mention they were carbon? Ceramic bearings, an absolute breeze there to set up as well. Tubeless, yeah, no issues at all. So this is just a first look at the wheels. I will be giving them a proper test. It's a beautiful day. Can't wait to get out and ride. So I'll put links to all the Super Team wheels down below. Again, like, I can't believe how cheap these are. So I really hope they ride as good as they look, because they certainly look the absolute part. Don't you think? I think this bike looks amazing. A few people did mention that this isn't that cheap a build, but let me just point out, right? Group set is about £700 compared to the £4,000 of SRAM. These wheels, £800 compared to what? Let's say like Envy's or whatever. Very cheap, you know. My crankset was £50. £50 for a crankset. We all know that this is much more expensive when you buy Shimano or SRAM or any other brands. So, I mean, I don't know if it's good yet, but what do you think of my budget bike build, which is kind of not a budget bike build, but still a budget bike build. A budget bike build compared to very expensive bike builds, and a very, very extreme fix to a bit of a puncher on the rear. So now I have these tyres that will last. They're 30mm wide, they're a little bit tougher casing, and I've got a whole new set of wheels to test out. So massive thanks to Super Team for sending these over. Stay tuned for a proper review, first ride on these. I mean, as far as aesthetically and the feel out of the box, the quality definitely feels like there. They don't feel cheap, they don't feel like weak. I noticed that I've already managed to scratch one somehow. They do obviously resemble, like, is it the Princetown Works? Princetown something. They had this like wavy bit, and I think Zip did do a wavy bit. And then Zip SRAM probably tried to sue somebody because of it. But I do like the fact that it seems that Chinese brands, they respect the patents, but loosely. So whilst other brands have had an issue like doing this, Super Team are just like, bosh, we're going to do it because it looks wicked. It has some aero potential, potentially, and I think they've executed it very well, especially with these wide spokes. So you have a relatively cheap wheel set that feels pretty strong, it's UCI approved, and they look really good. So this is like ticking all the boxes. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Stay tuned for the ride video. Let me know that you think my bike looks absolutely amazing, because it does look amazing. Right, I'll catch you guys very soon. Bye.